right, so I imagine fuck is a bad word.
Oh, go for it, I say.
What's a podcast?
Yeah, and you know who's really, is the one at the end of the day that signs off is Chad Walker. So.
Oh, fuck that. Oh, man.
Okay, hi, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're back with the Inside the Block podcast, a show dedicated to Lexington and the warehouse block. But we're a little bit outside of the warehouse block limits because I'm here with Bill Farmer of Farmer's Jewelry and Kevin Heathcoat of Bourbon in Toulouse, who together are CCI.
Chevy Chase Inn.
Chevy Chase Inn, Lexington's most iconic historic bar, right?
Well, yeah, you say it. It's true.
Self-professed.
It's infamous.
It's infamous. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Bill, I read something recently that said that once CCI was up to be able to buy back in 2014, 2015, you ran into the kitchen of Bourbon in Toulouse and told Kevin that you had to buy it together. Can you tell me this story? Like, what made you, why run into the kitchen?
Well, it was so important. I mean, this is something that doesn't happen that often. And I remember because Russell was standing here and said, well, whoever they were are going to sell the bar. And I said, you're kidding. And he goes, no. And I did. I did, I think, go into the kitchen.
You did.
To the side part. And I'm like, it's for sale. We got to buy it. And that's pretty much, we came back over, I think, and said, we're going to buy it. Who do we talk to or whatever? And then he put us in contact with our first finance people that got us rolling.
And it had been for sale for over 10 years.
Yeah.
But, and multiple times they had been offered full asking price and they said no.
I saw that. Multiple potential buyers were turned away by the previous owners because they weren't the right fit to carry on CCI traditions.
Well, and
that.
Yeah.
But they turned down multiple times. And every time I caught wind of it, came over and asked Russell, also known as Red Eye, who by the time he had to retire at COVID, he was 80. Well, he had his 80th birthday during COVID, but he had ran the bar for over 40 years.
Wow.
And every time it came up, I would come over here and be like, Russell isn't going to sell. And he's like, nah, we didn't like him. And
I love that.
Yeah. And so every time. So I caught wind of it via Bill and I came over and was like, Russ isn't going to sell. And he's like, yeah, it's going to this time because there are health issues involved with the ownership. I was like, So it was two other groups were offering full asking price. One even went over, and it was either going to be a high-end wine bar or a retail space and likely a Subway sandwich shop.
A vanilla box.
Yeah.
Horrible.
For me and my wife, if it would have been on any other block in the city, we wouldn't have to own a bar. But it's a piece of history. And I personally couldn't walk into Bourbon in Toulouse every day and see anything but the dump that it is here. It is affectionally known.
Affectionately referred to as
the dump.
Oh, officially?
No. Yeah. Well, let me look around. It's been named properly.
Look, this bright light's doing a great job.
Yeah.
It's the ceiling only leaks when it's raining.
Yeah. It's just tears of happiness. It was the Blue Goose in 1933, right? That was its original bar name. And it was open right after Prohibition, and it was only served beer at that time, and it was considered outside the city limits, which is just baffling to me.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because I don't think there's anywhere more central Lexington than where we are right now.
No. But when they had opened in 1950, it wasn't the last stoplight. It was the last street light. It was the end of the line. Literally.
End of the line, yeah.
Well, this was the first suburb of Lexington, per my memory.
Yes, the Chevy Chase suburb. Yeah, for sure. So what all have you guys done to it?
Not much.
Good. Keeping the authenticity?
No, when we bought it, I did an interview for the Herald Leader, and I was quoted that we're going to do three things. We're going to bring in craft beer, cover the back patio, and clean the bathrooms once a month, whether they needed it or not. We've been successful with all three.
All three of those.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Some months are shorter than others. But
yeah, but at least you keep your promises.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To the Herald Leader, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then rolled into some really nice brands that we didn't have and broadened it into some high-end stuff that people enjoy.
It's shockingly got a really nice bourbon collection for a little tiny, as Russell would say, 9-seat dive bar.
Little 9-seat bar.
And, you go downtown and it's just horribly priced for a 1 ounce pour.
Yeah.
And we are still going to overcharge, but it's going to be a 2 ounce pour, and we at least can sleep at night knowing that we didn't rip you off too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine line. Yeah.
But you know, we price it so that people coming in on the Bourbon Trail,
Sure.
it's much better than the situation downtown, and you know, people can actually enjoy it.
That's a good point.
We price it just high enough that it stays on the shelf a little bit longer, so that we can actually have bourbon.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were famously known for your 90th anniversary party in 2023. You had Pappy pours like at cost instead of like overcharging that. I mean, I don't think anybody does that. Like, what was the reasoning behind it? And just to make sure your average individual is able to try Pappy?
Well, we did it earlier than that. I think we did it at least once before, maybe twice. I know we had Pappy Thanksgiving, and Pappy Father's Day. And the first one came about because we were all sitting in here having a drink, maybe too many drinks, and the delivery guy comes in. He's like, "Hey, I've got your Pappy today." I was like, "Okay, great." And you know, we're kind of desensitized to bourbon, and we feel that it should be actually consumed and enjoyed with friends.
And not like a trophy on a shelf.
That's it.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Well put.
And so we're like, shit, you know, imagine if people could actually afford this, and, you know, everybody could actually try it. And so the idea kind of came right then. The next day we sobered up and was like, shit, that was a good idea. So that's kind of been our thing. You know, every couple years we will pour our Pappy at cost.
Oh, yeah.
So, and people line up down the street.
They do.
It just has now become a fun event, but, you know, I would never pay for it.
Is it good? I've never had it. Like, does it live up to the hype?
Are these cameras rolling?
They're rolling.
No, I mean, personally, I would
Excellent
say,
question.
Yeah.
No, I personally think it is a very good bourbon, but there are a lot of other equally as good bourbons that are priced properly. But with that being said, when it comes out of the Rick House, it's one of the most well-priced super premium bourbons.
Yes.
It's just, you know, assholes like us and our industry and the flippers, they're the ones that ruin it for everybody.
The flippers, that's a term.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah, bourbon flippers, they suck.
It's got to be a whole world out there of that.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a whole network.
Yeah.
For multiple brands, actually.
And just the way that things get hype in certain ways and different trends and how it's all related.
We all always have our favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, so you own a bar. How often do you drink in your bar?
Well,
Daily?
That's a tough question for me.
Please say daily.
Yeah. I used to, and then COVID hit. You know, everybody became alcoholics, and I don't know. We took 2 months off Bourbon in Toulouse and closed down, and I pretty much stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy a beer here and there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to actually go to work and do your stuff.
Sure.
And all that, but I've been in the restaurant industry now for 21 years of Bourbon in Toulouse, probably about 25 years. And, you know, it's, especially a while ago, you know, coming up, it was almost frowned upon by not, you know, not drinking in the kitchen and whatever. So.
Oh, like it's an expectation?
Pretty much. I
mean, oh, wow.
You know, it's a bunch of misfits. Like, we don't fit in anywhere else.
Yes.
So, you know, restaurants, you know, it's the most diverse and accepting industry I've ever seen. And so, you know, I've drank more at work than you're going to drink your entire life. So it's, been there, done that. I just don't like waking up hungover anymore.
Yeah, I hear that.
I stray over here more often. But we make, I think, the best vodka martini anywhere I've ever been.
Oh, I love a vodka martini.
And we use these anchovy stuffed olives, and it just makes an excellent, sippable, drinkable drink. It's just ice cold and beautiful. Savory. Some of my favorite pictures on my camera are on my phone are just sitting here with that in front of me, or that and a chili dog. Every once in a while, there'll be some chili dogs.
So you'll have a chili dog with the vodka martini.
Oh, absolutely.
They go together hand in hand, right?
Amazing.
I mean, that's a great lunch.
That's a really good lunch.
I usually say that for Saturday.
Blowing my mind.
We close early. Store. Go over here.
How long have you had Farmers, or it's like a family institution, Farmers Jewelry? Yeah, tell me about it.
Dad started in January of 1950.
Wow.
And it had been a jewelry store before that. I can't think of the name right now.
In this location,
Yes.
next to CCI.
And
Yeah.
Dad was the watchmaker, and that's how he would get up and come down and repair watches from like 7 until 9, and he would take the bus downtown, make his deposit, come back out and open at 9:30. So he was doing the watches early, and then once we got open, he was doing the jewelry, and that just grew. And then my mom joined him, and now my sister and I and my son and her daughter are in it as second and third generation folks, and we have fun, not as much as here, but we have fun with our family business because we enjoy trading with 2 or 3 generations of people from Chevy Chase and Lexington and far and wide.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, your sign is an icon of
It's the
Lexington
icon.
in and of it.
I mean,
certainly a Euclid. I mean, it's such a beautiful sign. Is it original too?
It actually hung on the side of the old KU building that was in downtown because there was another jewelry store down there, and they took it down and brought it out here. And Federal Sign and Signal mounted it up there, and we still use Ruggles here and there to maintain both the neon and the scintillating lights. And that is one of the things people love is when those lights come on, and you know what? It just harks back to something way older than us.
Oh, it's so nostalgic. I love neon. Yeah.
Well, it's a thing of the past too.
Yeah, I know.
You can't. Ruggles is the only people I know that repairs it.
And they're out of Versailles, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do an amazing job. But there used to be people who would repair it. One being down on National Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. He would repair all the Budweiser neons, and
Yeah.
he doesn't do it anymore. So
We went down and watched. He was blowing glass. He was doing it while we were there.
yeah, it Ruggles,
was
yes,
Amazing
it
to watch
truly
that.
is. But it's an art form.
Dying art. Yeah.
Well, and I think when this generation of glass blowers and neon die off, it's over.
Yeah.
They're good.
So sad. But the CCI sign is fairly newish too. I read somewhere that you guys did crowdsourcing to be able to recreate that, and that your patrons were absolutely adamant that it would have the words air conditioning on it. Yeah, tell me the story behind that.
Well, I was sitting here. I would go to bar school when we first bought this place.
Oh, you went to bar school.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, studied.
And
Were you a
it
good
meant,
student?
Maybe. Russell would come in here every morning. He was a man who just did the same stuff every day. And so he'd come in here and he'd stop and get a cup of coffee and the newspaper, and he would piddle around, do some inventory. Then he'd read the newspaper, and he'd get up and do some other stuff. Then he'd read the newspaper some more, or go play pinball, and then play solitaire. And so I would just sit in here with him and really just bullshitting and get story after story. I would just pick his brain. So he wasn't teaching me how to run the bar. He was teaching me the history of the bar.
Very cool.
And up there was I think it was the 80th anniversary. There was a coffee table book written about this.
Yeah.
And so the author, Sarah Razor, asked for people to bring in photos. And so upstairs are just shoebox after shoebox of old pictures. And I would bring them down and just sit there and he'd be playing solitaire and just flip, and be like, what's this one?
And he'd
tell me
know the
story.
people,
Yeah.
he'd know everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he'd tell me the story. And then he'd go back doing his thing, and I'd just keep flipping. And then, what's this? And I saw some pictures of a couple different signs over the years, but they both said air conditioned. And then the original was air conditioned bar and grill, because where the women's room was or is, there was a little flat top. And yeah, exactly where I'd want to buy food.
Yes.
But
sounds great.
Yeah. And actually, when Brookings closed, Sonny was a legendary cook, and I believe he came down here. And you get a hamburger and his sweat and maybe some ash from the cigarette he was
Absolutely.
smoking.
Fiber.
Local,
Yeah.
very, very local,
Yeah.
highly local.
Yeah.
So, and that's actually where our 4th of July festivities come from as well.
Okay.
We put a pontoon boat in the 4th of July parade, and I guess now it's moved on to a flatbed stage.
A whole flatbed.
Yeah, a semi-trailer, flatbed semi-trailer. But
Of people drinking down Main Street.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Everybody drinks.
Allegedly.
I mean, not the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not yet.
Allegedly, people drink.
Oh, that's right. Maybe
yeah.
you can't do that. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't happen. We drink before and after. But I was flipping through my pictures, and I'm like, Russell, what's this one? It was a pontoon boat with a bunch of people on it being pulled. And it's like, I don't know, some parade. I'm like, of course, I see American flags. I'm like,
There you go.
4th of July,
stock
yeah.
that one away.
Yeah.
And when I thought we could pull it off, I think Bill found us a pontoon, and I found a driver and found some coolers.
So are
full of
you
beer.
in the parade every year? Oh, amazing.
Oh,
yeah. Great.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they leave from here and they're already parading.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But that is
festive.
that is a part of your history, though. I read
Yeah.
somewhere that after the 4th of July parade, they would bring their horses to CCI and then like come into like CCI and horses definitely have a
Absolutely.
wild relationship. Like it's funny to imagine like horses in
Yeah.
here too.
Well, there's an iconic picture of a guy named Dickie Cole sitting at the bar, and it's over my shoulder. But the horse came in and stuck his head on Dickie's shoulder. But the reason they came in was a guy named Roy Coffey and his girlfriend, some others, would always ride in the 4th of July parade. And so Roy and his girlfriend came up here one year afterwards and had the horses. And so he's sitting outside and he ducks down and yells to the bartender. He's like, hey, bring me a beer. He's like, we don't do curbside. You want a beer, you come in. And so he brought his horse in.
Honestly,
And-
I saw it happen. I was like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Oh my
and
God.
It went on for multiple years.
Oh,
Oh wow. So it's like a tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
We
some
started
cool pictures
cooking out. We
from
had-
the 80s
I
of
bet.
horses
After
in
that.
here,
Yeah.
4th of July. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Always heard the jokes about horses walking in a bar, but I've
Yeah.
never been a part of it. So.
I know. We were talking right before we started filming about the Budweiser connection too. Yeah. So what's the Budweiser history with CCI and Clydesdales and all of that?
We've
Yeah.
sold so much over the
Yeah.
years. They know us in St. Louis.
The iconic restaurant, the Saratoga, was next door. And there was a walkway back and forth to connect the two. But anyway, so the Saratoga and CCI sold so much Budweiser one year, they hit some record sales, that they brought the Clydesdales.
Oh, neat.
And so there's some great pictures of the Clydesdales walking down the street. And there's a great picture of the owner at the time, his wife and daughters, just walking with these big horses.
Huge
behind
horses.
us. And so for our 90th, my wife Cameron, who's now running the bar, she put together an event for every single month for I think the final 8 months.
You're right. It was something.
Yeah. And we did a barrel pick at Maker's Mark.
That's
She
cool.
got Pivot Brewery to make a cider just for us. West Six made a can of beer. I don't even remember what else, but it kicked off with the Clydesdales.
Fun.
And I might have caught wind, allegedly, that the Clydesdales were coming to Railbird. And
You might have.
so Jim Gans, who one of the guys high up at Kentucky Eagle, local Budweiser distributor, happened to bring in a kid from St. Louis who I'd met many times over. And he was like their regional guy. And so after I fed him a few drinks, I said, so I hear the Clydesdales are coming. He's like, yeah. And when they hit somewhere, they have to go, I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they have to do various events.
Okay.
And one of them is they'll end up at a liquor store parking lot. And, everybody
Amazing.
can come out and see the Clydesdales and stuff like that. But they were going to Railbird, and I said, well, where else are you going? Like, well, we need one spot. I was like, well, we've got a street. And as soon as this was talked about, I just walk away. And
Plant the seed, walk away.
well, I went back into the back room, come back and slapped a picture on the bar. And I said, wouldn't this be cool to recreate?
There
Yeah.
you go.
And it was a picture of the Clydesdales
That's
walking
right.
down Euclid. And their eyes just got big. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think we've got this one.
Yeah.
So
We
good.
had to get a permit
Yeah.
to close the street.
Yeah. Yeah. And I heard you had problems keeping people like even on the sidewalks of Euclid.
It was
It almost didn't happen
Oh, wow.
because their whole deal was they were going to start here, go down, make a loop, come back. And because my wife lined this up. They were actually going to put the two of us on there, and they were going to do a second loop.
On the Clydesdales?
Yeah, up there on, on the cart.
Oh, on the cart. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No,
yeah.
not
I was like, who? Yeah.
With their wagon.
Gotcha. Sure.
And so the guys the drivers had come in the day before, and we fed them plenty of beers, but they were very, very cool. But so they yelled at Cameron like, "Hey, there's too many people here.
Mm-hmm.
We can't put you guys up there because they have spots for 3 people, and so it's gonna be the 2 of us and a driver." He's like, "We've got to have a second driver." I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
Yeah.
And so they put us up there just so we could see.
Oh, wow.
And just kept looking over our shoulders, and people just kept coming and coming. And like as far as you could see, there were people
walking in from every direction. Yeah.
And it was so cool. And so they said, first it was going to be 2 drivers, and then they grabbed us and was like, I don't think this can happen. There's not enough space. And I was like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Like, people have to get up on the sidewalk. I'm like, we're not missing this opportunity. So, I brought out my dad voice and standing on top of a chair and just yelling, getting people to back up. And finally, I look over my shoulder and they're like, yeah, good enough.
Till they got to the end of the street, and then we had to get everybody to move back so they could pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, everybody back up, back up.
Couldn't get people to move.
Into the intersection down there.
There was just too many people.
4, 5, 6 deep.
And this is only like 10 years ago, right? Or a little less. No.
This was the 90th, so it would have been 23. I mean, 23.
No, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it reminds me of like, how like downtown Lexington was known for the Christmas parade and there wasn't, I mean, it was like just huge spectacle, but sometimes people don't show up for things like that anymore. So the fact that there was that much
if we would have known what we were getting into, we would have actually programmed it, but it was
more just happened.
Yeah.
And when these guys got down there, they had all these reins and they're pulling, and these horses are coming around. You're like, this is wild.
Yeah. And I mean, we didn't really think much of it other than they were going to come and do a loop and go on. But it turned out that,
people wanted to see
big event. And,
yeah.
We pulled every single thing in here, and the only thing you could buy was Budweiser. While they were there.
My marketing buddy.
Absolutely. Smart.
That vodka became a Budweiser. Bourbon was a Budweiser. Anything you ordered, you got a Budweiser. But people were buying, like 12 beers at a time, taking it out on the street. And, I was like, man.
We get shades of that every year.
We would have known.
Yeah.
We would have done something right.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. So how long have you owned Bourbon in Toulouse? You said 20-something years?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. How has it grown and changed over those years?
Well, I mean, when we first opened, like, we maxed out 7 credit cards. I had a former partner, and the 2 of us I guess it was my credit cards, but we maxed out 7 credit cards and borrowed 10 grand from my brother. And we opened on July 4th because we had a bill for about $250. And if we didn't pay that bill, we were out of business before we got open.
Wow.
And so, people were walking by and pop in, and we made about $400 or $500, and we paid the bill, and then went and blew the rest at the bars that day.
As you should. You had to celebrate.
That was kind of our MO.
Yeah.
But that first summer, we knew we were going out of business. So we decided to have as much fun as possible going into bankruptcy. And in year 2, we continued to have as much fun as possible and just kept that up for a while. But it was wild, wild times. But, like the late Lucy Myers from Ala Lucy, she gave us all the booth seats and tables and chairs, and people like just helped us out so much.
The booths that are in there from Ala Lucy? Oh.
Well, not from Ala Lucy, but they're
like
from
her
a storage
world.
unit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
that's so neat.
A collector of stuff.
So much good stuff. Yeah, that's incredible.
So, I mean, we had a cigar box as a cash register because we couldn't afford to actually purchase a cash register. And everything was IOUs if you wanted to use a credit card. So it was.
So every afternoon, my mom would walk by to go up to her car to get in and drive home. Every afternoon, they would give her a little thing of chili, So she started going, those are nice boys. And everybody goes, you all need to go down there. They have good stuff. Try the chili. I mean, they charmed her, and she became the trumpet for the neighborhood for her.
Before you had even met him? Your mom was the one kind of
we had
campaigning?
Met,
we
but
in a
Yeah.
polite
Just,
way.
Yeah,
wasn't
like
it?
hey, how you
business
doing?
neighbors,
owner,
yeah.
owner,
Business neighbors, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, moms knew those boys are nice.
They're sweet boys. Making spicy Cajun food.
Yeah. But then, if mom didn't like it, she was going to tell you.
Yeah, sure. Great.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So we got in here
She didn't
twice.
bite her tongue.
Yeah.
She didn't come in much, but when she came in, it was memorable.
I like a straight shooter.
Oh, she would.
That,
Yeah.
that would be one way.
Yeah.
You want a sapphire ring? Boom. There's a sapphire ring. You want me to wrap it? That was her clothes. You want me to wrap it? Yeah. Go ahead. Sure. By the way, how much is it?
I love that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, so is Chevy Chase Inn officially a dive bar, and what constitutes a dive bar?
Oh, I mean, if you look around,
You're looking at it. I
it's
mean,
absolutely a dive
This is a
bar.
very dumb question.
I can find a mop or a broom or something,
Yeah.
but they're not first hand.
You're not handy. They've done their once a month cleaning of the restrooms.
The glassware's clean.
Yeah.
The bottles come and go pretty quick. I don't know. We just,
Well,
you
I
kick
mean,
stuff out of the way every now and again. And keep on going.
Put everybody to work.
Yeah. But I mean, to answer your question, yeah, it's absolutely a dive bar.
Yeah.
And it's I can't even say rough around the edges. It's just rough. But this has been going since 1933. Like, this is one of those situations. If you had $100 million, you could not recreate this.
Right.
Oh, too many layers.
And it's just been building upon building itself over time, snowballing to the thing that it is. And to me, a dive bar, it looks a lot like this. I mean, it's gruff and cheap drinks. One of the things about dive bar, it's always got cheap drinks. And it's simple, but also it's community.
Yeah.
No matter whether that's a college dive bar in another town or something like that, or Green Lantern, even Charlie Brown's, like, it's one of those things that's not just about the appearance. It's not just about the cheap drinks. And, we right here, we're not going to make you a craft cocktail. No dive bar.
Right.
The rule
Right.
here is liquor in one mixer, 2 mixers if we like it. I mean, that's all you're going to do.
You want a
Like,
Manhattan? Get on the road.
Yeah.
like,
But a vodka martini.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
well, it depends.
But that's only two or three ingredients anyway, right?
Russell, we got martini glasses, but Russell always said, I'm only got 3 glasses. So
That's
3
it.
martini a day.
First come,
And
first
we
serve.
Yeah, but then he would wash the glasses and put them away and be like, they'd be like, well, Russell, can I have a martini? You've got the glass. It's clean.
Yeah.
No, you only have 3 glasses. I make 3 martinis a day.
I love this.
And, it's the characters also
Yeah.
that make a dive bar.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And CCI, historically, I mean, all my research, like, you're known for your regulars throughout the decades. I mean, they are loyal patrons. Some have been coming for like 40 years daily.
True.
I mean, well, who is the tip, like, right now in 2026, who's the typical regular? Or is there a typical regular?
I don't think we can say
Who's
that.
the crowd?
In 2015, the typical regular was
Oh, my.
happy hour.
Yeah.
And, you walk in here and there's so many affluent people. And you just wouldn't know it because they are just salt of the earth common folk, but happen to have a big bank account. And, so there was doctors, lawyers, judges.
That's all true.
But
Yeah.
when we bought it, they were all older
Mhm.
and had been coming in here for 30 years.
Mhm.
But they used to stay here all night. And then it just kept getting earlier and earlier. And, the time we bought it was just come in, 2-3 hours and then go home. But we knew that if this was going to work, we had to bring in a night business. And so, our regulars now are the same guys. One of the proudest things we had is we didn't lose a single regular.
No.
So the fact that we didn't run anybody off, that's very proud of that.
Paramount.
But now it's, this is, I don't know if you saw on the front door, this is not a college bar.
I did. I was about
Yeah.
to ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so what's the
We
reason?
actually have a viral video on
Yes.
TikTok and Instagram.
That's right.
of it.
Yeah.
It's not a college bar.
Yeah.
But,
Tell me that too.
well, but as far as regulars go,
Yeah.
our if we have to have a college kid in here, it's the one, 3 weeks before they graduate, kind of like, oh shit, why am I finding out about this now? So
There's something to that.
yeah,
You're right.
our ideal college student is, in law school, med school, like those are our college kids. And then everything in between. And, so the neighborhood is very good to us. But you come in and demographic changes as the night goes on.
Yes.
They're all good people.
Ah.
And they all treat this place with respect. And this is their bar.
Mhm.
And they enjoy
this
drinking.
is not a bar.
This
This
is-
isn't a bar you go to. It's definitely a drinker's bar too.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It's through a lot of what I've read too, it's like a very destination type bar. Like you don't, it was mentioned a couple of times, like you go to CCI to be there all night. Like this isn't a spot you just like bar hop from.
No.
And maybe that's a location thing too. I mean, there's definitely like other
Yeah.
options around here, but that says something about your clientele too.
Across the street
Yeah.
is another great bar.
Absolutely.
It's, Charlie Brown's is now 52
Mhm.
years old. They're 40 years younger than us. We always clown that's our kid brother,
Mhm.
but it's another amazing bar that time cannot or money cannot recreate. But so people will leave here at night, go over there and grab some carry out and come back.
Come back over.
Um,
Or come from next door with
yeah.
your stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And just sit here at the bar and eat and drink and be
yeah. But to
happy
your,
for 2 more hours.
but to your
Yeah.
point, no. I mean, once you're here, you're going home afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's,
One way or another.
Yeah.
Some people just get to the car, man.
you see a lot of Ubers out there.
I'm sure you
The
do.
invention
This
of
is
that.
definitely a drinker's bar.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Okay, speaking of TikTok and videos, we have to talk about your signs.
Oh,
So,
yes.
um,
The king of cardboard.
can I just say, walking in, this is the first time you and I have met, I was like, oh my gosh, he actually has like a really great smile. You do.
that
You have a great smile.
Stone face.
But you, like, I would have never known that from all of your videos because you look mean as hell with those signs.
Well,
So, where did the signs come from? What's
Well,
going on? Yeah.
You got to back up to we hadn't owned the bar that long, and it was National Margarita Day.
Oh.
And so someone, I think it was Bill, but somebody said, "Oh my gosh, National Margarita Day! We should make a video on
oh, that's right.
No,
We started in here behind the bar.
yeah." And
Yeah.
so it's kind of one of those deals like, okay, let's do that. I got this, and it is very funny. And it's on social media, but basically I made a margarita, the secret of CCI's margarita, and made this horrible margarita. And then,
I was going to say, like, that doesn't seem like y'all's style.
No,
Yeah.
said something about, and that's shitty or something. And, we're in Kentucky and imports big old shot of Maker's Mark.
That's the answer.
And so then
always.
that was the first one. And it just, I don't know, it was funny. It worked. People enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when there was something to be said or something going on, it would be like, hey, we should make a video. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Give me a couple shots and then they record.
Oh my god.
Where does the cardboard come
But-
from? Just boxes?
So the cardboard, oh yeah.
yeah. It's just like
believe it or not,
deliveries.
there's cardboard that's really good and there's cardboard that's not.
I believe it.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
wife and I have become connoisseurs of
I'm
cardboard. You wouldn't think so, but
Sure, yeah.
I thought maybe my life would go in different places.
It's your
but
moneymaker.
Here I am. But so we had a couple minor incidents with college kids over the course of a week or two. It wasn't anything bad. Much different than anything you would see in any other bar. But we don't put up with it. We don't put up with disrespect. We don't put up with people picking on other people or anything like that. And we always, always, always keep an extra eye out on women to make sure that this is a place that they feel safe.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's first and foremost. Anyone who comes in here, we want to make them feel safe, make them feel comfortable. It doesn't matter, who you are, what you believe in, sexual orientation. It just does not matter to us. So we're very adamant about that. But there was a couple incidents, and this isn't happening. And so Rob, our bartender and our manager, said, declared this is not a college bar, and had our resident sign maker make a sign and went on the wall. And so we were walking in here, Cameron and I were walking in here one day, and she's like, gotta make a video of this. you know that guy who signs, cardboard signs? Like, yeah. She's like, you're going to do that.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't know what I was walking into, and I'm like, oh, whatever. And then it made a sign about no, not a college bar. I think it was like, we like, I don't know, we like our bourbon the way we like something. It was aged.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know why, I can't remember, but so that went viral. And because of that, Cameron's like, we're gonna do this again. And it's just kind of been again and again. And we only do it when we have something to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed. I think it's clever. Like you're not overdoing it. Yeah.
No. And if we don't have anything to say, which we haven't in a while, so
totally,
we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But I guess the stone phase comes from the fact that I didn't want to do it. You know, it's like, she's got great ideas, but she wants nothing to do.
But it's
with
also
camera.
You don't move at all. I mean, like there's no, like, it's stone faced, but also like there's no difference of you thinking. It's so good.
Yeah, and
because it's a joke with a stone. Yeah, it works. Yeah.
And scribbling on cardboard and holding it up, you would think is a pretty easy thing and quick, but we think on these things for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, there was one about Patino that we were sitting at a women's basketball game, and for some reason something was said, and I guess we realized Patino was coming back, and we were playing him, and so she's like, oh my gosh, what about this? So we thought about it for about a month.
Wow.
Yeah, but she and I are so good together. We just bounce stuff off each other. And I mean, we were driving earlier and it's like, hey, what do you think about this? And just go back and forth. But usually it takes multiple days for us to just keep going back and forth
until the wording is just right.
Like, that's it.
That's amazing. Whose handwriting is it?
Oh, it's mine.
I don't think people know that either.
I don't have good handwriting, but it is definitely mine.
With a marker, you're good.
With a marker. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. She has horrible handwriting, like embarrassingly bad sometimes. But we're gonna edit this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right there.
Don't edit.
But so it's so slow and meticulous and like writing it out, and then I cannot spell at all.
Oh no!
And I mean, I will end up throwing markers because I'll, take so much time in doing it. And then I'm like, all right, check it. And she's like, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, dyslexia is fun.
So
yeah.
It's always a good. I think you should just leave it and let people figure it out.
There's been a couple of them that weren't caught.
Slipped through.
Yeah. Chismas, I think. I misspelled Christmas.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, CCI's got a new holiday.
Yeah. And one of her friends was like, oh, you did that so it wasn't offensive? And I was just like, no, he did it because he can't spell.
Still meant Christmas.
That and the one, no politics in CCI.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I have that written down too. That was written in, let's see here.
Well, that was written when it was Bernie Sanders, Hillary, and Trump.
Well, even in 1976, Ford versus Carter, Mike Toohey, do you guys, the CCR longtime bartender says,
Mike.
CCI regulars rarely discuss politics. We're a sports crowd. In fact, I had to get a Kentucky State basketball rule book to settle arguments to like keep at the bar. He's like, we don't talk politics. We talk sports only. Yeah.
And, again, I guess it comes back to Rob. He was sitting in here and, just kept hearing it. We'd have to break up political arguments and, nothing good's going to come of politics.
Of course not. Yeah.
It's either I believe what you believe or I don't. And it's,
especially
you're going to offend
when
somebody.
you're drinking too,
And so he got pissed one day and just took a marker and scribbled on a sign, no politics in CCI, and put it up, and it's been there ever since.
Very effective.
It's great.
Yeah. So,
no college kids, no politics.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know.
But chili dogs and vodka martinis. Like, why don't I drink here more often? These are all the things
You're
I like.
all the high points. That's
That's right. Okay, so what's next for CCI? Keep on keeping on? Any other events, stuff in the mix, goals, anything like that? Goals.
Wow. Why would we ruin it with a goal?
Yeah, why would we ruin it with a goal? Goals for a dive bar.
I would say, keep it on. Yeah. Our goal has been to never change this bar.
Love it.
It's been the way
It's
it's
true.
been since the day it's open. I mean, some of the stuff, this is an old farmhouse, and some of the old stuff's still in here, but
Yeah, on the wall.
yeah.
Literally.
And, I don't think we're not the owners of CCI. We do not own Chevy Chase Inn. We're the stewards that are holding on to it for the next stewards. But this is a bar we like to come to. This is a bar that my wife and I are fortunate we get a bartend. Bill gets to come in here every day. But
And I do.
I love that.
it's not our bar. It's our regulars bar. It's community's bar. It's Lexington's bar.
Mhm.
Hell, it's anybody that comes in on Bourbon Trail that finds it. It's like, well, this is different.
Mhm.
People who haven't been here in 30 years or go
Yeah.
back to town will come seek us
Yeah.
out
Absolutely.
and will remember things or tell us things.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's wonderful.
I've learned
follow.
so much from people that haven't been here in years. They come in, like Bill said, just pop in or like tell stories.
Yeah.
But, I would say for us, for me personally, the goal would be to just keep this bar as is and to make sure the plumbing still works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I saw the recent. It was like, this is 100-year-old plumbing. Please don't flush anything but
oh.
yeah, just
So
your
that
toilet
was-
paper and hopes and dreams or something.
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think it still says that. As a matter of fact.
Uh,
Yeah.
Used liquor.
Yeah, yeah, used liquor.
But,
That's
recently we
right.
had a plumbing issue.
Yeah.
As you alluded to here, but the pipes in the women's room kept clogging up and couldn't figure it out. And Mike Watson's Plumbing came in.
Very
and
kind.
it was, he had to come in once every 2 weeks, then once a week, and then it became every couple days. And so, he worked really hard to try to figure it out, and it was just one of those deals that those pipes
Just
are done.
Can't figure out. Okay,
And
wow.
so the women's room was shut down.
Oh.
And while he was trying to figure this out, and then we got the call on a Saturday that the men's room toilet was clogged
Yeah,
up
that's-
and
that's-
couldn't get it unclogged.
That'll kill you. That
And
stops
so
you.
we had to close down.
Yeah.
We only closed down on Christmas Day.
That's it. Traditionally, one day a year.
1 day a year. And we had to close on Saturday and Sunday because somebody flushed a rose stem down the men's room toilet.
Flushed a what?
A rose.
Like
Yeah.
a rose on a stem, like a
Like
flower.
rose. Yeah. Yeah. And Cameron was here when Mike pulled it out, and she's like, "Why is there asparagus?"
Please.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, that's a rose. Look at the thorns."
Wow.
And yeah, so it lodged itself in there, and finally collected enough toilet paper and whatever, and so it clogged up. And so so he finally got that figured out, and then the women's room couldn't get figured out. And so Mike had to put a new toilet in there, and I would invite you when this is over to go look at our.
It's
new
a
plumbing.
magic toilet.
Oh,
I've never
I'm
seen one.
on my way.
I promise you, there is no other situation like that.
You think you're on an
I'd say
airplane.
Lexington, but probably the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
You haven't been in there, really?
I haven't. No.
go meet Myrtle.
Oh no! Now
She's
you
got a
ruined
name.
it. You ruined it.
No, not yet.
I wanted to hear her scream.
I
I mean, I
will.
screamed. I know that. And I was
Why a
there.
rose though? Some like
Well,
jilted
so-
lover that was like, oh, she doesn't want me anymore. I've got to flush this. It's
No,
anyone's
Rose by a
guess.
different name.
Rose by oh
But now
man.
Orem's the oldest florist in town.
Mhm.
They're 2 doors down, and they, instead of throwing away the roses that are in flowers that are too old to sell but still good, they put a bucket out front, and people love it in the neighborhood.
Grab.
You go
Oh,
grab.
People
smart.
will stop and get them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's just
Oh,
amazing.
oh.
And so, you'll see roses come in next door. You'll see them going in here. And I don't know, some guy decided it was
To
a good
flush
idea to
it.
flush one.
Wow.
I would rather go with hopes and dreams. But he went with the
Absolutely.
rose.
I know.
Oh, and that was
So-
tough to be closed. It was just
It-
so unusual
yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
used to being.
So you're
there.
open 7 days a week then? Is that right?
364 days.
Wow.
Mhm.
A year.
Incredible.
And
Only closed Christmas.
I think it was in the 80s. They had to put a new bar in here and do a couple other things. And it was just catastrophe. It was closed. I think they closed on Friday, I believe, and they promised they were going to reopen the following Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell was telling me a story that they weren't going to make it, and they stayed in here all night, whatever, and they got the construction guys to get it finished, but people were out there waiting. They're going to open it, I think, 5:00, and people were just waiting. And they all grabbed cleaning supplies and they cleaned all the dust off everything because it's their bar.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, it's for the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's, this place doesn't close.
I love
it.
it.
Really has to. And,
Well, it doesn't sound like anybody wants it to. So it's good.
As long as the ice machine works, we're in business.
And the toilets.
Well, that too. That too. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You got that.
So good. Well,
It's
thank
something.
you guys so much for being a part of this. I learned so much. Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I
hope
love-
your viewers do too.
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's one of those.
Any last minute things you want to say to old Chad Walker?
Well, he came by earlier to leaven the proceedings and moved on along. He's been a great supporter of this whole part of town, but especially for us. He's been very helpful.
Yeah.
Chad's been a huge supporter of the neighborhood.
Mhm.
And I've known Chad for probably 20 years now as a customer and now friend. And what they did down on National, I think his father and brother, I think were originally, I'm sure, I don't
What
know.
a
I think
vision.
it's one of those deals that Chad's
Yeah.
just the mouthpiece.
Family biz.
I don't know if he's smart enough to do it himself. But you know what? They stick a camera in front of him.
We were
He's
doing
all
Yeah,
right.
he's all right. He does pretty well. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
He can put a couple sentences together
Yes,
here
he
and there.
can.
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
no, Chad's a great guy.
He is.
They're doing great things down
Yes,
there.
they sure are. Yeah.
Made it a destination.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. Growing up, it
Yeah.
was nothing. You don't even drove through there.
Mhm.
Didn't even cut through there.
The liquor store.
On the corner. Oh,
Drive-through
Yeah.
liquor store.
Sportsman's.
Sportsman's.
Yeah.
Some stories in sportsman's.
That's where I would go in when. I'm sorry. I'm not telling that story.
Not on camera. Well, we'll cut and then you can tell that.
Well,
It's all about carrying yourself.
Oh.
I have a
Sounds good.
feeling it's like a lot of stories that start in here from the older
Oh.
folks.
Uh,
I started drinking in here when I was 14. I
Yes.
started drinking in here when I was 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, this is a
Like-
long time ago,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they were that
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's just a different time.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was somebody that was in one of the newspapers that was interviewed that was like, I've been drinking there 60 years or something. And it was like, and this person was like 75. And it was like, and I was like, the math is not mathing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Russell always said, it was just a different time. He would get done with his paper route and come in here.
Paper rounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
A
we're
real
doing
live-
that young.
Got to get a beer after
Yeah.
the paper
And
round.
he's like, Doc would let you have a beer or two. And then he's like, all right, boys, you got to go.
Yeah. Skid.
Different time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. You got to go.
Yeah.
Here's one. Now get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Doc ran it forever. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1961 ad. Come to Doc Robinson's Chevy Chase Inn, specializing in green beans, hog jaw, hog is spelled Hawg, turnip greens, cornbread, and all the good vittles good folks like. So there was some
That one's
food
good.
here at one point. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, I had to look up vittles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Pirate.
Yeah, exactly. Arr.
When it's holiday, people bring things down here. People bring food. I mean, I came down here one night, went home, and I wasn't hungry. And Kim was upset. I said, well, they had so much good food, I had to eat it.
Yeah, of course.
Well, again,
Yeah.
it comes back to community. Thanksgiving, everybody brings a dish to your,
Oh, yeah.
your family gets together and they bring a dish. Well, this is family.
Mhm.
And so if there's a chance to have a family
Oh.
dinner, we do. And basketball games, football games, there's potlucks in here.
Mhm.
We do a Friendsgiving.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh,
Somebody makes these little
Friendsgiving.
sandwiches with
Yeah.
ham and cheese, and they're so good. They're so good.
Well, then Cameron caught wind. We've got a regular Greg, and Greg doesn't have any family here, and he was stuck here, and we forgot to have Friendsgiving.
That's right.
And so he was like, kind of moping one day, like that's my favorite meal of the year, and she felt so bad
Yeah.
that she's like, all right, we'll do something for Christmas. I was like, okay. So now I think we just hit the 3rd annual
Mhm.
Gregmas.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
and that's what
Way
they
to
call
make
it.
it up to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but,
Your name's enshrined.
Yeah, always, forever.
And
But
it's,
that's
it's not
community.
Greg, it's Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah, but that's what this place is all about. It's all about family and friendship and community.
Oh, if you can't give and take a little bit in here, you can't stay.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, grief goes every which direction in here.
Yeah.
And it's great fun. It's great fun.
Oh, bartenders, myself included, will Yeah, I don't know. We'll offend anyone and everyone that's regular. And
Commentary.
if we don't pick on you or yell at you, then we don't like you.
Well, wouldn't have it any other way.
So if you're sitting in here, and you've been coming in for a while, and you're not getting picked on, you probably should find a different bar.
Oh,
Well, on that note, thanks again for having us here. Come down to the CCI so you can get picked on.
With other people.
Not at all. This is great.
no, we're there.
Thanks, y'all. No. This is
Thank you.
perfect. Yeah, for sure.
We appreciate
Of
it.
course. Sounds good. Awesome. Y'all were so good. It's like one of my favorite interviews ever.